Oh my gosh.
I'm still seeing Marcus Barcus.
You probably got
so-
it. It takes a second. You got to just refresh a little bit.
Well, grow up.
Oh, okay. I'll work on it.
Oh, there it is.
Oh
We're
my god.
successfully in there.
We in there, as they say, like swimwear. Oh no. Does this...
Adjust my camera.
Oh no. I broke it. I fixed it. I broke it and I fixed it. Okay. So, I already sent the map in chat. Thanks, Yona. I already put the map in chat so you guys can all look at it. It's a big ass map, so you guys can click on it and zoom in and everything. But for our session 0, we're just going to kind of go over everyone's characters, a little bit about the characters. You don't think... Stop it. You ain't gotta subscribe, but thank you, Yona. But yeah, so we'll go over each one, and kind of whoever wants to go first, you guys can go first and kind of start going over it. And then what I'll do is I'll kind of start giving you guys a little bit more information about the worlds, the kingdoms, the areas, and things along those lines.
Is my camera frozen?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I mean, I can see it on Twitch, so I'm assuming
Yeah.
it is.
Let me check on Discord.
On Discord, it looks like I'm moving.
Boy.
On Discord,
maybe
to
not.
me, it looks like
Yuck. No, it's just loading.
Yeah, just loading.
No, yeah, you're not moving, Devin, on Discord either.
All right, hang on. Let me disconnect and rejoin.
Oh no, it's gonna mess everything up now. Oh no.
It killed everything.
I'm
in the middle of chewing.
Oh no, what happened? Did it just freeze for... Did all of Discord freeze?
Oh my god, you killed it.
Oh no, what is happening?
My Discord's not good still.
Yeah, I say my team's fine.
Oh no, I think like Discord to OBS is broken. Okay. But I'm moving. Weird.
I don't know. Those are some pretty
Am I
good
still frozen?
stills.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, those
They
are
give
some...
us all personality.
Those are some good stills. Gabby, I just turned everyone up a little bit. Is that better? Thank you, Nexus. Thank you for subscribing, Nexus. Okay, you guys can hear them. Perfect. Pog.
Very pog.
Very pog. Okay, except for now, everyone is frozen. Let's see if I can do this, and then... Oh no, it's just... I don't know what's happening.
Very good, very professional. Very good.
Very good, very professional. Okay,
There it is.
I think that worked. Thank you, Gabby, for that.
Real quick suggestion. I think everyone here should speak, and the chat can tell us if they can hear us.
I agree
Okay,
with
I'll
that
start.
idea.
Okay, I'll go.
Guatemala.
I prompted the question. I shouldn't have to speak.
Devin, I think you're still
Yeah, I'm
frozen.
just late to the party.
Am I? Did I freeze again?
Yeah.
It
Your
looks like
yeah,
it
your
is.
camera's just not going.
All right. Let's see if I can troubleshoot this.
Number 3, number 4 is quiet. 5 is question mark. Okay. Number 3 was Guatemala. Number 4 was me. Number 5 was Frozen.
Yeah, I think Pietro says to just put everybody up.
Come on, Petros.
No,
Get it together.
I've got Discord up. You guys are all coming through one channel. You guys are all coming through my Discord
You
channel.
can,
So
Individually adjust Discord user volumes by right-clicking them in the voice channel, and you can
Mhm.
set certain
Alright.
people to be louder.
okay, I think Morgan needs to be louder.
I have no idea.
3
Maybe.
and 4 should be right. It's Guatemala and me.
All right, let's run that back. Everyone talk, and we'll do say your name and then a small sentence for
And your social security number.
and your social security number, according to Katya. Please don't actually say your social security number. Thank you.
Okay, I'll start. My social security number is
Hold on, you cut out. What was that?
my social security number. It's
My mom's maiden name is
Yeah, the the 3 digits on the back of my card are
The expiration date is.
Sinclair. I think that's you, but thank you for subscribing. Oh no!
Whoa!
Wait, hold on.
Whoa!
Very pogs.
We have a hype train. We haven't done
Who
anything yet.
I can't-
anonymously did that?
I can't even count to 5. That's crazy.
Yeah, wonder who did it. Who was it? Thank you, Bri. Thank you. Hey, which one of you? Yo, we got a hype train? I don't even know what that means. Oh, wait. I forgot to see if chat even shows up fine on the little scroll thing that I made. Let's see.
I think it looks nice in the chat.
Yeah. All right.
Does it? Oh, thanks, Lynn.
Oh my god. Maddie, why why is everyone subscribe?
Popping off.
Yeah, we're popping off apparently. Thanks. Oh my gosh, thank you for following. There's so many people following. I love all of you. Thank all of you for helping us help you help us help you. And then us. There's so much. I love all of you so far. Okay, how are we gonna get to our session 0 with all these people? It's too many
Don't we need
people.
to figure out our volume situation. Still?
Yeah. All right. So everyone say your name in a small little sentence to test our volumes real quick.
We should go across how it appears on the stream too.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah,
should
yeah.
start From the left. So this is my volume. How does the person furthest to the left sound? Are they too quiet? Are they too loud? Give us your vote.
This is me talking for a test. First sounds fine. Okay, great. Number 2, contestant number 2, step on down.
I think that's me.
Yeah.
I don't have the stream. Oh yeah, cool. I don't have the stream open anymore. I have the chat open, but not the stream, so I couldn't see my spot in the order. But I'm making it work. And my name's Morgan, I guess, since we're supposed to say our name.
Little volume as a treat.
A
Okay.
little volume as a treat.
Okay. Got it boosted. Devin, I think you are still frozen.
I know. Yeah, that was gonna be part of my sentence.
Rest in peace.
Sorry.
I'm gonna give I'm gonna actually let me just restart right now. I'm gonna
Okay.
give a little restart and I'll be right back.
Okay. Now it's going to mess up
I can't
everyone's
wait for it to be
pictures.
messed up
Oh,
again.
yep. Sorry. Sorry, everyone who's watching. This is, I'll have to figure out if there's an easier way to do this because
Split.
I'll have to figure out if there's an easier way to do this because, like, obviously, whenever someone joins and leaves Discord, it changes the size. Yeah. We love some technical.
Rejoins. He was the last one to join last time because he had already frozen. So the formatting should go back to normal, right?
Yeah, it should go right
Yeah.
back to normal. Fingers crossed. I hope so. Also, for anyone who's subscribed, I have uploaded my emotes. So if they're not there, then I don't know what to do because I uploaded them like 3 days ago.
What do I have for you?
Not approved yet. Jesus. Gabby, those emotes are from Katya's stream.
Oh my god, the M&M lady.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spam all my emotes now.
Do it, baby. Yeah.
Wait, do I get emotes?
I think they're still pending, which sucks.
Oh, Kroomster's in here. What's up, bro?
Who is?
One
Oh
of
my gosh.
followers.
We got.
I blew us up on my Discord.
Oh, thanks. I was gonna say we got a whole bunch of viewers in here. We are currently just waiting for Devin to come back and then fix these technical difficulties. So I do apologize because the we've got Vaughn split in half here.
I think we should leave it like that. It looks great.
Oh yeah, honestly, everyone have
I'll
split
play
cameras.
I'll play a character with good personalities, and I'll go back and forth.
So I don't have anyone's name set up because I just didn't know what order I was gonna have everyone in. I wanted to get the Discord thing set up. So next stream, and especially once we get everyone's characters introduced, I'll put everyone's name and then their character's name on those little banners there. And he's teleporting. Hype train success.
Success.
What does that mean? I don't.
Moved up to second spot.
What does that even mean?
Level 2 completed.
I am a poopy head. I do pee pee poo poo head. I need to see if I wonder if I should take a gamble. I found something that says it is free, like royalty free to play, but I'm kind of scared.
Also, chat, how do I sound? My name is Vaughn. I'm the black one. Okay, wait, people, don't be too uncomfortable. Come on, we all can laugh.
Yeah, if you don't laugh at Vaughn's jokes, then
You get the wall. I'm sorry.
you get the wall. Oh, Devin's
He's
back.
back.
Is it frozen?
No.
Charles.
Okay,
Oh,
let's
it's
see if this
working.
works.
I love Charles.
We're gonna hope it doesn't freeze.
Hi, Charles. Heston. We got everyone up in here. I need to make my chat bigger because I cannot read. Thank you for following Beamer Walls.
Oh my god, hey Brandon!
Thank you for
My
following on
God.
Brandon!
Shova.
All of the friends.
We got all the friends on deck for our session 0. We were waiting for Devin to come back. Oh no, Devin, did your thing freeze again? No,
Did
it
it?
didn't. No, it didn't. Thank God.
No, okay,
It's not
Okay.
frozen in
okay.
Discord. I
I'll
don't
keep
know.
like constant movement.
So for me on my end, because I have OBS up, so like you guys are extra super duper little,
Give it a
extra tiny.
yes. Yeah.
He's just very still. Okay. Nexus said.
Is
"Who
my
the fu-"
audio okay then?
Token.
Yes.
I love Token.
Okay.
Hi, Token. Okay, I think. Oh, thank you, Heston, for following. I appreciate that. This is not. It's not showing up the things for every single person. It's not doing the thing on my end, at least, for every person following. But weird. Okay, I think everyone's audio is okay. But I could be wrong. So
Wouldn't you like to know?
yeah, hey, hey, wouldn't you like to know if the audio was all right or not? What if
Should we go through one more mic test?
let's
we can't seem to
For
be
the
getting
fans.
through
yeah,
these
now that
very well.
now that everyone's here, let's do rapid fire.
My name is
For the
Lucy.
fans. My name's Morgan.
My name's Maddie.
My name is Vaughn.
My name's Devin.
Everyone let me know in chat if they were sounded good, and especially at a proper volume in comparison to me.
What's everyone's favorite Pokemon?
Gengar.
That's not nice.
Ditto.
Huntail.
Whooper.
Not Gengar, Ditto. Like
Ditto
Pokemon.
as in Ditto or Gang?
Right here, baby.
Mine might be Piplup.
Is that
Huntail's-
Genghis?
Huntail's the
Who's
best.
that?
Hey, that's Genghis. Hey, that's Genghis Khan right there.
Hey, bud, I know that one. That's Pikachu.
Hey, Bucko. Watch who you're talking to.
Hey, buddy.
They all sound
right.
beautiful. All right, loud and clear. My favorite Pokemon is Goku.
Shoutouts to your Nuzlocke run yesterday in Goku.
Yo, Goku. I do have Goku in my Nuzlocke run, which I was going to stream today, but then I realized that I did not name any of the towns. And then I was like, wait, I have to name the towns.
Be a tad loud, says Token.
What? Who's a tad loud?
Me, Token, said that I'm a bit
Apparently Lucy.
loud.
That's perfectly fine.
Good.
Um,
Because I yell, it's not because I'm loud.
I will turn Lucy down by 1%, and that is all. That is it.
Okay.
Okay.
like a fair
Lucy is
compromise.
the 1%.
So I need to find this royalty-free town music real quick, and then I think we'll be in the Jim Jam.
Freya, why don't you lay down?
Okay, so are we just going to go in the same order that we were talking about for introducing our characters, or...
Huh?
That works for me.
100%.
Why not?
Okay. Well,
Okay. What's going on?
let's go, Lucy. We're going to talk about our characters. Give us the name of your character, a little bit about them, their class, race, and now you guys kind of have a map. I've sent this map to everyone in the chat so they can all see it. I'm going to zoom in places where everyone's going to be starting, or at least the starting area will be Wildmoor. But you
Okay.
kind of get to choose where you think your character would be from.
Let me go ahead and pull up my backstory real quick that I had written.
Okay.
Then revise just to see if there's anything that I can put that isn't plot related. Because I don't want it to be,
Spoiled.
let me see.
No spoilers.
Yeah. Just to get a quick sum up of my character. My character's name is Lindra Ironsea. She was born into a rich family, so she's kind of a spoiled brat, and she's kind of very untalented. So that's her whole shtick. Is that everything she tries, she kind of sucks at because she's just has a horrible attitude. So her whole arc will probably be learning how to be not an asshole. So, she is going to be arriving on this continent as a stowaway on a pirate ship, and that's going to bring her some really awful consequences and somehow link her up with the rest of the group.
Which works perfect because in Wildmoor there is a little bit of a shore bay area here with some ships in it. So
I guess I'm next. So
Yes.
I am playing a wood elf fighter. His name is Arithian Greenwind. He would probably, based on the map, be from like Harmony Mansgrove if I had to guess. And he's just kind of out of the military and trying to get his life together, and he's taking his young nephew with him.
from the swamps.
It's me, the young nephew.
It is I.
Hello.
My character is a half-elf rogue named Corellin Greenwind. Morgan's character, Arithian, is my uncle, who took me in after my mom and his sister died in some war that Arithian was fighting, and I was just a wee lad. And I am also probably kind of a spoiled brat, but a little more on the emo and nothing matters side.
And I hate him for that.
But we'll
Dang kids.
Pesky kids.
Pesky kids. So in this case, I'm guessing that both of you are going to be from Harmony Man's. It's
Yeah.
so again. I explained this before, but I love this font, but all of the lowercase G's
Shrek-esque.
looks like the
Shrek
Shrek S.
Shrek-esque.
And I don't know if the people who made this did that on purpose as a joke or what. But
Funded by DreamWorks.
yeah, exactly. This was funded by DreamWorks, but it is a lowercase G. But so I'm guessing in this case, both of you would be from the swamps, Harmony Mangrove. So I expect both of you to have some nice swamp accents.
It's a fitting place for Shrek S.
Thank you, DQ controllers for now following.
Right there.
Playing pronks. All right, Vaughn.
Okay. I'll be playing Bala. He has no last name because he's a disgraced prince. I'm thinking he's either from Orsai or Scorched Star, depending. We'll have to work that out. Disgraced drunkard of a prince who lost all of his like family name and everything because of this. Taken in by an order of monks who saw potential in his drunkenness and formed it into a focus. Now he wanders the land searching for the perfect brew and good friends to share them with. He is a Loxodon monk.
Hell yeah. Which, to touch on, Scorched Star is getting a little bit ahead of it. Scorched Star is going to be the quote-unquote city of beasts. So you being a Loxodon would work perfect there, as well as, again, I'm sorry, it is the Shrek S. It is a G. It's supposed to be Orgai. Orsai is kind of cool, so maybe I'll just change it because it'll be cool. But Orsai is supposed to be a very like monk-related city in general. So either one of those places, I guess I did a good job with my map because that's good.
Okay.
Good job.
Good vibes.
Good vibes. Shrek campaign happening now. You know what? I'm going back and changing all the town names so none of them have a lowercase g in it. I'm doing it.
You're
Please
destroying my
make
heritage,
Shrek the big
Petros.
bad evil guy, please.
Man's
Petros.
Grove will be Man's Rove.
I hate you. You know what? Campaign's canceled. All right. That was real fun while it lasted.
Year two about mangroves. All right.
Okay, so I am playing Rogar, who's a dragonborn paladin. He I haven't completely decided where he's from. I'm maybe Redguard, or Orsai seems fitting as well. Even Westwick over there in the corner. Kind of a smaller area. He's a worshiper of Bahamut and very avid in his worship. He is he fights for his friends. He's a lawful good paladin of Bahamut. He grew up with a family of paladins. They've been doing it for centuries. And when he was younger, he had some unfortunate things happen in his life, but he continues his worship and work diligently.
Heck yeah.
So
Which, to touch on that as well, Redguard over here is, it's supposed to be like super duper small town out on kind of like a small little peninsula. So it'd be very fitting if you were kind of like a smaller, little bit more of like a folk hero paladin if you wanted to be from there. And then you said, what was the other one over here on Westwick? Again, yeah, kind of like,
yeah.
like a coastal, small bay, little town. You'd be like a folk hero.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Yeah, I'll have to make that decision and let you know.
Perfect. Okay, now that we've kind of got everyone's characters out of the way, we're going to go over just a little bit of information about the land itself. So the land on this map is kind of broken up a little bit. The main parts are this big northern section over here to the east, and then this southern section here that's separated by this large bridge. Let me pull up my Google document. So the northern landmass here is known as the Aesarion. I'm sorry, again, I'm already mixed up. So over to the east, this whole section over to the east here that's separated from everything else is the Aesarion dynasty. And that's the whole kingdom for this whole landmass. To the north is the Seluxian Empire. And then the one that's down here, then this kind of includes Cold Wharf up here. So all of these down in the bottom left-hand corner are the Zytera Empire. So there's three major quote-unquote kingdoms in this campaign that we're going to be running. And obviously each of these kind of fall in part of it. There is a war going on currently. One of the characters, I believe Morgan's character, was previously in the military and has made his way out. It sounds like there is going to be a section where he is now a guardian of Maddie's character, his nephew. And that is going to be some interesting scenes here. So in this world, which the world's name is Aesarion, there's currently a huge war raging on from the Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom. The Eastern Kingdom is trying to stay out of it. They are trying to do everything that they can to not get involved by any means. And this is leading to a lot of obvious big trading issues. There's a lot of things going in and out. There, in the middle of the map, you can see that there is this big whirlpool, which makes trading very hard, because normally you could just kind of get all the way around the empire here, but you kind of have to go the long way. So there's a lot of pressure on the Eastern Kingdom to pick a side because they want to be able to trade. So all of your characters are in some way, or shape, or form either actively trying to avoid the military draft. In this case, Lucy's character is kind of a stowaway on a ship. Morgan's character is... I think he took a leave of absence to take care of his nephew, but they're probably still trying to get you because currently the war is getting to that point where they are just enlisting and drafting any abled body. So Morgan's character is probably also trying to actively keep his nephew from the military, so it'll probably play a little bit part into it, you guys have kind of being on the run. Same thing with Vaughn's character. If Vaughn is going to be from Orgai, his character is going to be exempt from this draft because his empire is not partaking in it. But obviously, if you're traveling the lands, there's going to be some weird individuals, a lot of sellswords, people for hire that are just literally going to be kidnapping people, any able bodies to serve in the military. And then same thing for Devin's character. He is a paladin. He is a very able-bodied person, but he's kind of this small-town folklore person. Thank you for following. And you're probably going to be, another person who the draft is actively going to kind of seek out. So where we are going to start is here in Wildmoor. It is a little bit of a hidden town. I know the map isn't the bestest in the land, but there is kind of hidden away in this section of forests. There's this very nice, wonderful little floating island here that kind of acts as another way of it being hidden. It's not supposed to be hidden, but it is a lesser known town where a lot of activity, not necessarily legal, takes place. There, drugs, possibly. So a lot of your characters are connected in some way. We will have to find a bond for Vaughn's character, the Loxodon, and it can be with any of the other characters. It does not have to matter. So I know that Morgan and Maddie's characters are bonded due to family. Lucy and Devin's character is going to be bonded based on something that cannot be told currently. So as the kind of the odd person out, you're coming from the Eastern Empire that is not partaking in the war. We'll have to figure something out for you, and it can literally, it can be pretty much anything, any reason for your character to be intertwined with one of these other characters.
So what if it's fresher? What if Lucy's character is getting apprehended or something, and Bala steps in and is like, those who seek to disturb peace will meet with my staff or something like that, and kind of defend them, and then that bonds the two characters.
We could do something like that. My whole introduction into the town is going to be the pirates find me as a stowaway, and more or less they know that the military is drafting strangers. For more or less, they do not care who. They don't care what happens to them. It's just a number of bodies. So they are going to try to sell me off to some sellsword groups. I was thinking that would be very eager to pay these pirates who are trying to get rid of me, and that would eventually somehow intertwine with y'all.
And I'm here looking for an herb. Peter, Petros, you can give me whatever herb that you think is from here. I know, from the old days, sorry. And we can go off of that. Something that grows here that's exotic that I might want to add
Yeah,
to my brews.
there's the Harmony Mangrove. Despite its a little bit of a southern twang, there's probably gonna be some people over there that got some real good tea that's be growing up out them bushes.
Moonshiners? I've heard
Yes,
tell of them.
yeah, you've heard, exactly. Yeah, so I think it'd be funny some tea moonshiners over there in the Harmony Mangrove. But I think that's a really good way for Lucy's character to kind of bond with your character. That's a really good idea. You know, Lucy's character was found as a stowaway. The people in this town aren't necessarily the nicest, so they would probably, sell whoever for the fastest dollar they possibly could. And you kind of saw this interaction happening and you decided to step in. I like that a lot. That works really well. So that kind of gives you guys all somewhat of some reason to go to Wildmoor. So Lucy's character was stowed away in Wildmoor. Vaughn's character was probably shipped in kind of around, because when you look at this, if you're coming from Orgai, any of this area over here, you kind of have to ship all the way out and around and get ported into here in Wildmoor. Wildmoor is kind of another small little central port area to kind of go in and out and all the way around. Because if you want to come up into this area down here to the south, you have to go all the way up and around. This big whirlpool prevents anyone from going through the middle section. So if you wanted to sail all the way to Cold Wharf from Wildmoor, you would literally have to go all the way up and around. So it's a lot easier just to get over there by foot, which has led to the invention of these airships. So this, the Sarath depths has caused a technical incline at a very increased pace. There's not necessarily electronics of any sort in this world, but there is definitely arcane magic. There is definitely ways for them to create flying aircrafts of sorts. I would think that both Morgan's character and Maddie's character are finding some sort of refuge in Wildmoor, as Morgan's character, I would like to believe, maybe more or less skipped out on the military to take care of his nephew. We'll iron that out, but also to take care of his nephew, but prevent his nephew from also getting drafted. You guys are probably currently seeking refuge in Wildmoor. And again, we'll iron out the exact details. And then
You said Wildmoor is kind of like sketchy, right?
Wildmoor is pretty sketchy. It is a central trading ground for anything and anyone.
A rogue port,
So
Riften.
Yeah,
I'm
think
probably
Riften.
not like actively with Morgan's character, but I'm probably there dealing with some sketchy shit, and Morgan's character is coming to get me because he knows some
I gotta
shit's
yoink
gonna
him.
go down. Yeah.
Morgan's character went back home to Harmony Mangrove and talked to your mom, and your mom was like, "That kid,
My mom's
mom's
fucking
dead.
dead.
your mom's dead.
Dead.
Your dad. Are you just orphaned, or
Yeah, that's why he had
The
to take
dad's
care
absent.
of me.
oh, so you probably
I'm a bastard. That's why I'm a half elf.
went back to Harmony Mangrove, and
Okay,
someone
no.
back home was like, "That damn kid went off to Wildmoor. He's gone.
Yeah.
He went crazy."
He ran off.
Yeah.
So yeah, then that's a better story. Is you kind of making your way from Harmony to Wildmoor to find your nephew. Devin,
Rogar definitely hearing of a war in, between the northern and the southern continents is just would want to go aid as many people as he could, and has probably found his way into Wildmoor, attempting to dip and duck out of being drafted. That's what I would guess.
which there's a few different places. To the north here, there is, it's a little bit hidden, but the Elthalor city up here is a very, 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 very religious city. It is something that a lot of clerics and paladins, it's kind of one of their like bucket list things. It's got like the biggest church, cathedral, you name it, anything religious related. And
What
it's
town is that?
it's the very top left city up here. It's Elthalor. and
Oh, okay.
Okay.
it is a pinnacle for all religious experts to make their way to. So
Yeah, that's perfect.
I would say that it's probably one of those things that you were kind of on your way to, and you found yourself here in Wildmoor. Wildmoor does have a church. A lot of these towns do have their own churches, but I think that you were probably just making your way across the continents, helping out whoever, whenever. You were just a nomad, and you're currently finding yourself in Wildmoor on your way to
that's perfect.
Elthalor.
I want to make a quick note to if Maddie's character is like a rebellious teen that's doing some sketchy stuff, my character can connect with that. My character is now kind of past that because she's had to deal with the fact that now she's a stowaway and oh gosh, my actions have consequences. There can definitely be some kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Synergy there. Also like big brother, big sister kind of thing going on as well.
Cool. That's cool.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
And then you're gonna have the stepdad Devin, who's like, "Hey, not on God's watch, okay? God is watching. Remember,
Yeah, Rogar is gonna give many speeches.
Pelor
Many,
is
many
always
little-
watching.
You
Yeah.
just stop and think. What would Jesus do?
Hey, what would the shining light Pelor do in this instance?" Which is another thing I want to get onto as well. If your character is going to serve any god, pray to any god, whatever, just make sure that you're kind of looking into it. It is whatever gods exist in. I'm gonna just flat out say like any version of D&D. So even if there's a cool god from like 3.5 or 1 or 2, literally anything. Because I think even Pelor isn't technically in 5th edition.
Mhm.
But Pelor is a cool paladin god for light and things like that.
If I can interrupt, my character had originally worshipped Pelor just because that's what we were basing on. Because I was just like, what god is a paladin worship? Just because me and Devon's character is supposed to be intertwined.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna change mine to whichever one he is doing work for, as for lore's sake.
Oh yeah, you said Bahamut, right?
That was my plan. Yeah, it was
Okay.
Bahamut fitting as a dragonborn.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you're Dragonborn. So yeah,
Yeah.
so
That was my thought.
that should be interesting. That should be super interesting for Lucy's character to be worshiping Bahamut as well. But yeah, just whatever god you want to worship, that's completely fine as long as it's something in the Forgotten Realms, anything D&D related. And like make sure that you role play that. Make sure that you're like, if it's something that you think your character would stop and say something about their god or pray to their god, like do it.
Mhm. All right. Perfect.
Okay. And then we'll get to it eventually, but I will soon ask all of you guys for like pictures of your characters, or at least the closest thing that you can think of your character, and I'll do at least like a little head sketch of everyone, so that if you don't feel like being on camera or anything like that, we can just substitute that in. And then also because it's nice to have art of your character.
Yeah.
So session 0, all of you have played D&D to some extent, correct?
Yep.
Yep, a dungeon master frequently.
Okay.
He's dungeon master, first time playing.
Yeah. Which is great. I'm excited because that makes this a lot easier for me. I think the only person who's not in D&D Beyond is Vaughn's character.
Yeah, give me the link and how I can add that because I have everything.
I believe we have it pinned in the general channel. If I
It'll be
switch
in
it,
the general.
yeah, if I switch it, it'll show it. So if you go to the general channel, it is in the pins, and as soon as you click on it, if you've already got your character created on D&D Beyond, it will just ask you to add it. If you don't, you can just create it right through the campaign link. We are going to be starting at level 2 for everyone.
Okay, good to know.
So you can start level 2. I have a lot of homebrew classes, subclasses, races, and stuff like that. So even if you want to change up your character, you can. I do have Loxodon in there. I have all the official races and classes and sub races and all that stuff unlocked as well. All the feats. For your characters, if there's anything that you think of or that you like on D&D Beyond that's like homebrew, even if it's a feat or a spell or anything like that, just run it past me. We'll go over it. If you want a multi-class, 100% up to you. As long as you know how to do it, as long as you feel comfortable doing it, even if you just want to talk about it, we'll talk about it. And I can help you guys kind of tune your characters in any way that you need. Is there any big questions that any of you guys have right off the bat?
Where'd you get your hat?
Good one.
I got it. I think I got it as a, what is that? Not white elephant. White elephant? I think white elephant,
Well, no.
right?
Yeah.
Where it's like you just like choose a gift and then you unwrap it, and then someone can steal it. Or is-
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just got
It's a stupid backstory.
It is. It's. Hey, Milwaukee Bucks. You know. Yeah.
I
I
like it.
like this. I like this hat. I'm not a big basketball fan, but literally every single place I go, they're like, "Oh, you like the Bucks?" And I'm like,
I
Yeah.
just thought it was a deer.
Yep.
I was like, it's
Oh.
a cool deer.
"No, it's supposed to be the Milwaukee Bucks."
Yeah.
And like,
I live in Wisconsin.
yeah, I live in Wisconsin, you know. Or like, if I ever wore it to work, people would be like, "Oh, you like the Bucks because you're Greek, right?" And I'm like, "No,
What?
because there's the Giannis, and he's they
Oh.
call him the Greek Freak, and he is really good. But everyone's like, "Oh, you like the Bucks because you're Greek, right?" And I'm like, "No, it's just a hat. I just like the hat."
Hey Vaughn, you like every basketball team ever because like all those black guys. Like that's the same thing. Like,
Hey, you like that thing, right? Because of this. Like, no,
no, shut up.
no, shut up. I can like a hat because it fits my head well, right?
We'll name every Bucks player ever right now.
Giannis. Giannis. That's it. So without getting any more spoilery, obviously looking at this map, there's a lot of weird things going on here.
I like that.
Like this tree.
All that pink shit.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
That's gotta have lots of stuff to infuse there.
So there's, I mean, if you look around the map and take your time, there's some Where's Waldo-y stuff. Without getting too crazy in depth, I already talked about it. Scorchstar is like the city of creatures. It is like, that is where the minotaurs, the centaurs, like lizard folk, like anything that has to deal with like being a big badass creature, it's gonna be in Scorchstar.
John Deere himself.
The deer people here themselves.
John Deere.
John Deere. Obviously, this big, nice continent here that's really dark and scary. You guys should go there right away. First thing you guys should do. No, I'm just kidding.
Here at Halloween.
So I'm very yeah. It's Halloween Town. It's or no, what's that Halloween store that always pops up?
Spirit
Spirit
Hallows.
Yeah, that's literally that's all this is. So I'm very, very, very open when it comes to DMing. It is a blank slate when you guys start. In Wildmoor, obviously, there's going to be some things to do just to get everyone associated with their characters, kind of like a small little like introductory. And then from there, wherever you guys want to go and do, you guys can do. It's going to be very, very, very RPG style, open world. I'm gonna
Side quest.
yes, there's side. If you guys literally just want to do side quests and not, I mean, you guys don't even know what the main quest is yet.
Does it have to do with the military?
Who knows?
I got it immediately.
You got
I've
but
cracked your code.
the campaign's over. But yeah, so like obviously there's some pretty bad looking places. There's some nice looking places. A little bit of backstory on even these two towns up in the top left, Sly Barrow and Arrowborn. They're like one of those towns that you always like hear like folklore about. Like it's a town on one side of the mountain and another town on the other side of the mountain that like hate each other and have like argued for years and years and years and years. But they're like the same people. They're just
They're brothers.
yeah, they're literally brothers. They're just like two little towns on the opposite side of the river that just like spit on each other. It's silly. Obviously, there's the spooky looking forest here. Kuma's barking, and I hope you cannot hear him.
No? I can hear it.
We've got very, very easily named the obelisk. That's not
Go there immediately.
yeah, not weird at all. And depending on your characters, you know, I will say, like, hey, your character probably wouldn't know about this because you're not from here or you've never traveled over here. So for like Vaughn's character, unless Vaughn's character has done a lot of traveling in this continent, you know, if he was like, yeah, I know exactly that place, I'd be like, no, you don't. Or you would have to roll a very good like history check to see if you've read about it or something along those lines. Same for Lucy's character. Lucy's character literally was a stowaway to this continent. So
I have no clue where I am.
So Lucy's character, don't let Lucy's character roll history checks here, because also, if I think all of you guys have already done it, if not, we are doing for your character creation, Vaughn, if you haven't done it yet, we'll get there. We're not rolling, we're doing standard array, but we're doing a buffed standard array.
Yeah, I applied already.
Okay, I did pin that in chat as well. That just ensures that everyone's on the same starting page. Everyone is equal from where we're starting, making sure that no one's like super duper hyper overpowered right off the bat and someone rolled, you know, 7 8s. You know, that would be terrible, which could happen. But that also makes sure that you guys need to kind of also communicate, because someone might have a better strength, someone might have a higher intelligence, someone might have a higher wisdom, vice versa, for different things to check on. So keep that in mind when you guys are kind of going over things, talking amongst each other. Oh my gosh, why is Kuma going crazy? He is going... I'm glad you can't hear him.
Started it too. That's why I muted myself.
Oh no!
He just started going crazy too.
The dogs of every dog in the universe.
We're synced up.
For
That episode of Avatar.
yeah, right. For you two that are coming from Harmony, it is very much your typical swamp and swamp thing. So if you don't want to talk like a swamp person, that's perfectly fine. But whenever I'm talking about any of your kin over there, I'm probably going to talk like this, if that's all right.
Not everybody from Florida sounds like that.
Not everyone from Florida sounds like that, but all...
Morgan, why did you decide that we're swamp people?
I didn't think about it.
you
Maybe we just moved to the swamp. Maybe we just were hiding in the swamp.
that's
Yeah, maybe we're hiding out. Trying to blend in these like high elves in the fucking swamp.
That's also true. There is going to be some places like that. There is going to be some places. High elves are always high elves. They are always going to be as they are, unfortunately. They're going to be a little mean. Here and Shrek S, it is Keg Ladar. This is a very, very dwarven city. This is to the north, mostly dwarves, swamp elves.
Swamp.
No, but this is going to be to the north, very, very, very dwarven. Over here in Pine Mount, it's like your typical little lumber village. Yeah, a little
human settlement.
yeah, probably a little human settlement. Here in Wildmoor, humans are here, but they're like Wildmoor has like everything. Wildmoor is like the melting pot of the area. This has anything and everyone you can think of. Harmony, there is probably a lot of half elves there. But along with that, there's lots of half people. Kalani, Kalani, however you want to say it. Kalani is a very jungle settlement. There's going to be probably a lot of jungle-like people, maybe some Yuan-Tis. Orgai, I think I'm actually going to name it to Orsai because I think that's even cooler. Is not necessarily one specific race. It is more about class. This is a very like monk-like settlement over here. Redguard, probably just another little human settlement over here. The humans kind of took this area with like Pine Mount, Stonemoor, Redguard, and to the north here. They kind of got pushed out by everyone else. Bellwood. Go ahead.
Yeah, Petrus, what's going on with Bellwood? I saw that. That looks scary. What's going on there?
You don't know. That's something you guys are going to find out if you ever go there. If you
Fire?
what?
Bugs?
Blitz. If you look at Endrol over here, it is little tree houses. So that should be super cool for you guys to go to sometime.
That's so cool.
Same
Same
by children?
children,
Yeah,
maybe.
it's all children
Drugs?
that live-
You guys will find out. There is this cool like little peninsula here. The entire peninsula itself is the Burlisle Steppes, but there's two different little settlements here. You can see that there's like a lot of wrecked ships down here. The ocean is super rough, which further makes going up and around this continent that much worse, which is a big reason why airships were invented, because as you can see, many ships have got wrecked. Get wrecked. And here you can see this wonderful, lovely, big neon Gloomshire. It has kind of gotten that way because it is so hard to get up and around. So this has been kind of cut off from a lot of other civilizations. So who knows what's there? Calthorum's going to be very orcish. Zorkal is, or Jorkal, looks like maybe some sort of not nice place, a Spirit Halloween store, whatever again. Everything here on the left side is going to be very coastal, very like Fisher Village, gray all the time, not very pleasant, not fun at all.
Hey, obviously they never been fishing then.
Hey. They do it the boring way. They just throw out some nets. Hey, we're just gonna go fishing, and then you see them fishing, and you're gonna be like, hey, that's not fishing. Hey, that's cheating. Real dad's got a pole and some string and a hook.
I got really high deception. I think I'm definitely gonna pretend to be a dad at several points.
All right, now time for the sponsor. Use code POOPOOPP for 30% off of this is not G Fuel.
Oh, gaming.
Gaming juice. Yeah. Just
You
kidding.
know what a VPN is?
Hey. I got to look right at the camera. Hey, do you know what a VPN is? You probably don't because you're not a real gamer. A VPN will protect you from pee-pee and poo-poo on the internet. So, like, you should probably use it. Because, like, have you ever wanted to be in Japan on your computer so you could watch Japanese Netflix? Get a VPN.
Dummy.
Yeah, dummy.
What's the name of the program going to be called?
What program?
Do we have a name for the show or this, like...
Oh,
Thinking Critical Role.
Wait, no, don't say that. This is recorded. Matt Mercer, please. No lawsuits. That was a joke. I was thinking Roll Critical.
Oh, there we go.
I was
Hosted by
thinking,
Mercer Matt.
yeah, Mercer Matt. Tired of repetitive sponsorships. What's another one that everyone does? Quip. Hey,
Shadow.
Quip. Manscape.
do you like your balls? Let's
Dip
be
in honey?
yeah. Manscaped commercials are always so abrasive. They're like,
They're so uncomfortable every time.
do you like your family jewels really clean and smooth? Well, dip your balls in our stuff and it will be great. Balls, dick, and balls. Family jewels. And it's like, why? We all know what these things are. Just say that you clean up your private areas. I was gonna ask you guys if there was like anything in specific that you kind of had in mind. There's so many things that are already taken, which kind of sucks. So if there's anything that either chat or you guys have in mind for any sort of names for this program, your televised program, let us know.
I'll
My
think about it.
sessions used to be called D&D and butt, so I mean,
D&D and butt.
yeah. Good
All right, this one's just going to be Dungeons and Taverns, and that is it.
Heroes of
Dungeons
Wheat.
and taverns.
Heroes of Taverns. Heroes of the Pee-Pee Poo-Poo. And that's it.
It's a working name. We'll come back to
You
it.
might be onto something.
Yeah, the Pee-Pee Poo-Poo one might be good. This
Might be onto something there.
this right here is the toilet bowl.
You know what's crazy? If you want to make sure nobody has taken it, you could actually call it your social security number.
Oh yeah,
True.
everyone in chat, put your social security number real quick, and we'll see which one is the most aesthetic for our campaign name. No token. Luck check is already taken. Can't use that. That's trademarked already by me.
Can't you just Google like every name not taken?
What about Chuck
that a thing?
Check?
Chuck check. All right, 6 social 420 69 71 75. Hey, that's a good one.
Right.
Pee pee po poo poo poo. Hell yeah. Guys, if we got gold, we don't even need to think. The chat's got us. Chat has us with names. 6. My social security number is just 6. Hell
He's
yeah.
the sixth person ever. That's crazy.
Yo, you were the 6th person alive? What?
Or did he buy it resale?
I changed identity. Yeah. Well, that'll be a running thing. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out like a good name. But was there any things that you guys had questions about in regards to the world? Anything that you kind of maybe were thinking about, like you want to ask like right off the bat if it's acceptable or this or that or blah blah blah?
If no one else has any questions, I'm more so curious of how we're actually going to get this kicked off. You mentioned you don't want to do the stereotypical tavern. Are we going to be introducing people slowly to each other in the first campaign session? So it'll start out with one person, and then 2 people, and then 4 people, and then so on and so forth. Or
So what
I
it
don't know.
seems like is there's going to be a pretty good reason for all of you guys to be in Wildmoor. So we'll probably wind up starting it off with your character Lucy kind of in this dire situation where we introduce Vaughn's character, and then from there we can kind of have this weird run-in scene where maybe Morgan finds Maddie's character at the same time that you guys are, or even we can put both Maddie's character and Lucy's character kind of in the same predicament where, maybe Maddie's character was here, being troublesome and kind of got themselves in a similar situation as you, where now they are kind of stuck with some pirates that are trying to sell them off to the Empire for military, which is possible. And then that way we can kind of introduce everyone's character one-on-one, kind of in a similar thing. So what we'll do is in our very first session, we'll kind of have that, we'll kind of play it out. We're going to role play it. We're going to kind of have it like, your character's coming in, your character's kind of acting it out very naturally. I am going to create a like battle map of Wildmoor. So it'll be just a map of Wildmoor, more zoomed in. That way you guys can have a better idea of like what everything in the town is like, what type of shops there is, what type of markets there is, taverns, libraries, churches, you name it. I'm going to kind of have everything set up. And then we'll kind of go from there. Again, I'm going to leave it really open for you guys. Once you guys kind of all get, meet each other and kind of get set up from there, it's going to be whatever you guys want to do. If you guys want to actively try to look for work in Wildmoor to kind of stay out of the limelight of the Empire so you guys don't all get drafted. If you guys want to go and steal a pirate ship and sail off into the sea, then we can do that. I have big major plot points kind of planned out, and whether you guys get there or how you guys get there, how you guys want to get there is going to be up to you. So if you guys just want to run away from the military this whole time and not get drafted and do some cool shit, then that's what we're going to do.
Sounds good.
Because I don't want to like railroad you guys in any way, shape, or form. So I'm going to have things for you guys to do, and it's going to be very RPG where like you can do them if you want to, or you can go do some side quests. But with that in mind, there is going to be the world is not going to pause while you do side quests, kind of like it does in an RPG sometimes. It is going to happen in real time. So if there is some sort of looming threat, it's going to continue to keep happening, whether you're on this continent, that continent, this continent. If you're fighting this bad guy down here or this guy over here, it's going to keep happening no matter what. What I do want to go over is some homebrew rules that I kind of have set up in place, which we've already kind of talked about a little bit. Let me get that pulled up real quick. Oh my gosh, where's my Google document? So the one that we've already kind of talked about is that everyone's using standard array, but a little buffed up. Something that you guys can start working on, this is completely optional, is that each one of your player characters can kind of have a I know a guy. I think the only person who might be exempt from this is Lucy's character, because Lucy's character is not from this continent at all. So you guys can have 1 to 2 to 3 I know a guy NPC friends. This helps me create NPCs that you have more of a reason to kind of get to know, or already know, or have more of a connection with, so you're not just like talking to random NPCs that you don't know. Obviously,
Yeah, you a rebuttal because I have a cool idea.
yes.
Okay. Continue. Sorry.
Oh, I thought you said that you had a rebuttal.
I'm gonna DM you, so because it's.
Oh, you're gonna DM me?
secretive.
It's
Yes,
secret.
not dungeon master.
Secretive.
Direct message.
Okay, but something kind of in that realm. Obviously, you guys are from this continent. You live here. You're going to have friends. You're going to have enemies. You're going to have people that maybe you still owe a favor to, or vice versa. So keep that in mind. So obviously, you know, the NPCs might overlap for Morgan and Maddie's characters because they're family. So obviously, Maddie and Morgan's characters are going to know someone from Harmony Mangrove. They're going to probably have a rival. They're probably going to have someone that maybe they owe money to still, or a favor, or something along those lines. So we'll work with this. I'll work with each of you individually to make that NPC, but it's going to be someone that you know, you dislike, you maybe owe a favor, something to make it more interesting for you and your character.
Cool.
Crispy, I'm sorry, I'm looking at chat. Crispy, I'm excited for you to watch and learn with us. That's honestly how I learned how to play D&D. It's how I learned how to DM, was just listening to D&D podcasts. Like, I completely learned how to DM from listening to The Adventure Zone and Not Another D&D podcast. That's
Well, great.
great. So everything's going to be dicks, butts, and fart jokes the whole time. No, I'm just kidding. As funny as their podcasts are, I love the more serious aspects. And I tell everyone this to put a slight pause on our talk. If you haven't listened to The Adventure Zone, their campaign 1 was honestly one of the best stories I've ever heard of any fictional anything ever. For me personally, I absolutely loved it. Makes me cry. I listen to it once a year, and I cry every time.
Like if you cry every time.
Like if you
Great
cry every
things
time.
about it.
Every time.
I think I've actually listened to it twice in 1 year, even 2 as well. But like if you cry, thumbs up in chat if you cry every time.
Drop a
Yeah,
Prime
do
sub in the
that.
chat if you cry every time.
Yeah, drop a Prime sub in the chat, or a regular sub in chat if you cry every time.
It's gotta be every time.
Yes.
I DM'd you. My suggestion. Just let me know if it's a yes or no.
Oh, on Discord?
Mhm.
I think if I open Discord and change the screen, it's going to get rid of
Use
all
your
of...
phone.
Oh, yeah. Wait, I have a phone! Yo!
Genius.
Technology's crazy.
technology.
I try to not use my phone whenever I'm streaming, because I feel like it's not good.
But what if we've all discussed you pulling up your phone right now?
Can't do it.
All right. Is this professional? All right. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see.
Sponsored by what phone?
iPhone 10? I don't know. I've had it for like 3 years.
Well, there goes the Google sponsorship.
Hey, if Google wants to sponsor me and give me a new phone, this one's been running pretty slow because Apple does that. So,
I will literally eat my iPhone if Google wants to give me money.
Yeah,
Not-
I'll smash this thing on camera
I would
right now.
literally
I'll
do.
do whatever I gotta do for the
I would
bread.
do anything right now to this phone anything for a Google sponsorship.
Well, we're sellouts. So everyone listen.
Yeah, that
So I
was
would sell
quick.
my soul for capitalism, but that's okay. Yeah, yeah. So you would know some people, but your, like I said kind of earlier, like your knowledge is limited to like one family. So like
yeah, it's not gonna be know a guy personally. It's gonna be know
Big.
some shit.
big
One shit is what I'm gonna know. I'm gonna know one shit.
one shit. And then we already kind of went over my other homebrew thing is like you guys is having a bonding. And like I said, it can be, even if you want to change it a little bit, you know, before first session, we'll kind of work it out. Something that I like to do, it probably won't happen. We probably won't really implement it at first because at level 2, you guys have like 1 health point. So it would be silly for me to implement this. But later on, I'm going to implement something called massive damage. It is not necessarily homebrew. It is in the DM rule book. It's not something that a lot of DMs use, but pretty much the rule is if you take more than half of your total HP, you have to roll a Constitution saving throw, a DC 15. And if you fail, you will have some sort of negative effect. So it could be something as simple as like maybe you can't take a bonus action next turn, or maybe you won't have a reaction on your next turn. Sometimes, like depending on how much damage it is, it may go all the way up to, say you can take 2 attacks on a turn, you might only be able to take 1. And if it's really bad, like say you have 100 health and someone hits you for like 90, you just flat out have to spend your entire next action trying to roll an additional Constitution saving throw to get out of that daze.
Do our enemies with similar physique have that same issue as well? Have that same mechanic applied?
Yep. The enemies will
Okay.
have the exact same thing. So pretty much everything that I'm applying to you is going to apply to enemies as well. So if you say an enemy has 100 health and you slam them for, and like all of you in one turn, so say 3 of you go in a row and like you slam them for like a shit ton of damage, it's going to have to make a Constitution saving throw as well. It's taking more than half of its health in the course of a few seconds from you guys. So that is something that the enemies will be subject to as well. And then let's see. Same with sprinting. So this is another rule that I would like to implement is you can take your entire turn. This isn't necessarily something in combat. This is more like if we ever do something where you have to run and you have to catch up or do anything. But if you want to in combat, you can. But you can take your entire turn surrendering all actions, bonus actions, reactions, etc. to sprint up to 5 times your total walking speed in a straight line.
Oh shit.
All movement you make can provoke an opportunity attack. And
Boy.
I know it
Hurry,
sounds
dash.
exactly. Everyone says like, "Oh, that's a lot," but realistically, most
Could do it.
people's walking speed is 30 feet. So if you just times that by 5, what is that? 150 feet? You could
Okay.
sprint 150 feet in 6 seconds.
You vastly overestimate
If you
me.
got the adrenaline.
Yeah, I mean, most people. It's not necessarily bad. So I,
If you've ever gone to Planet Fitness and you're doing like a trill walk at like a 2.5, you're like, this is nice. Sometimes, especially if you're a child, you want to go, I want to know how fast the treadmill goes. You can kick that shit up to 10 easy and just be like, oh shit. Like,
oh shit. And that's the thing. It's like all of your characters are combat trained,
Heroes.
ready
Yeah.
heroes. I would imagine that 150 feet in 6 seconds is a fairly simple task. And I mean, even like, if you're going to play a monk, I think monks, like, just right off the bat, wind up getting like 40 walking speed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
they got the Taibo walk. They're just,
yo, the
Speaking of-
Loxodon's about to be taken off.
Speaking of monks, can I use my tusks and my trunk as an unarmed attack?
Yeah,
Nice. Okay. Just
Yeah.
for flavor.
just for flavor. Yeah, and that's another thing too.
Sick.
Do not be afraid to add flavor to things. If you guys want to add flavor, please, 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 please do. Like, I would 10 times rather you add flavor to something than just be like, I attack, and that's it.
Oh no.
Like, I attack. And same thing for like when we do role playing. Not that I'm gonna like yell at you for not role playing or using a voice or anything, but like, say for instance, because Maddie, you're playing a rogue, right? Like, for instance, if on Maddie's turn, Maddie's character is just getting absolutely like pummeled by an enemy, I would probably expect that like Morgan's character would probably, instead of trying to just attack the next person, they would probably try to go and aid Maddie's character. So instead of just being like, okay, roll to attack, be like, nah, I valiantly sprint over and use my shield to, because I think you're playing a fighter, right?
Bonking. Yeah, I'm a fighter.
Yeah, so like just, you know, really laying into the bond system that we kind of set up. Like, you bonded with this person for one reason or another. So play into that. Same thing for any type of like weaknesses that you guys have. Like, we'll go through each of your characters kind of a little more in depth, some little more one-on-ones, and as we go through it, like, your weaknesses can be something that are used against you and for you. So keep that in mind, that we're going to try to add as much flavor and things along those lines to this game to make sure that it's interesting. We've got to keep it narratively interesting.
Yeah, a thing I like to do in combat is not always take the most efficient route, and kind of take combat like my character might take it.
Exactly.
And maybe not like position yourself perfectly or do all the optimal things, but do it you roleplay, you know.
Yeah, thank you for following. And that's the thing too, is like, I personally, even anytime I've ever played some sort of like mage in D&D, I really like taking spells that are more like buffs and debuffs instead of just like, I cast fireball. I cast fireball.
Cast it again.
I cast
Magic
fireball
missile.
again. Yeah, I cast
Magic missile.
magic missile. Now, what I do love doing is taking like a class that isn't necessarily mage of any sort and taking the magic initiative or magic initiate feat so I can cast Eldritch Blast, because that's tight
Why
as
not?
hell.
Right?
Because Eldritch Blast is super cool.
True.
So like, that's the thing too, is like, if you want to min-max your character, I'm not going to tell you no, but play your character the way that your character would play themselves. Like, be true to your character. Not necessarily, like, I know like Devin's character is going to play a very religious paladin. Not that I'm saying that this will happen, but my only rule is don't be a dick to each other. So like, obviously you guys are going to have maybe internal arguments. Like, obviously someone's going to be like, hey, like, your religious bullshit's getting like too much. That's fine. But don't like actively be a dick to another character just because you think it's what your character would do. That's the only time that I'm going to say, like, let's maybe then rethink what your character's motives are. If you're just going to flat out be like, I'm a murder hobo because that's what my character would do. No, you're not a murder hobo because that's what your character would do. You're a murder hobo because you don't want to have fun.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, please don't be murder hobos. Please don't. This is a very large map, and there's a lot of people who would
Need to be murdered. Got it.
need to be murdered. Yeah, okay, never mind. You're right. There's a lot of people who need to be murdered. So, ready, set, everyone, roll initiative. And that's another thing too. Is like I said, we'll use Roll20. So in future streams, kind of where I have the map now, I will have Roll20 pulled up. I will try to make semi-generic battle maps for like most of the bigger areas. So if something isn't exactly perfect, please don't murder me, because I can't make a battle map for every inch of this map, because that would just take forever. This map already took me like 2 weeks to make. So
until we get the sponsorship, we can get like a studio with like minis and stuff.
oh yeah. Actually, listen, in a world where this apocalypse has ended, yes, perfect, great. Would love it. Absolutely. I plan on making a huge table with like a 60-inch TV laid down in it with animated battle maps, and everyone's got their minis on it. I'm going to do it. But yes, so please don't be a dickhead to each other. You can be dickheads to some of the NPCs. That's perfectly fine. Like, if it's an NPC, I'm going to make NPCs that purposely piss you off. There's going to be really nice people. There's going to be bad guys. There is going to be, like, your Gary Oak rival whose sole purpose is just to be a snobby asshole. But, like, only a snobby asshole enough to a point where you're like, ooh, I want to punch you in the face.
Hey, I was married to your mother for 20 years. I think I can handle it.
Hey, when the wife told me it was either me or the fish, I went fishing. You know, I was out on the lake, so I think I can handle any bad guys. I think I can handle any little snobby snots out here, you know. And then that leads me to another conversation, and it's a conversation I want to have right up top. It's not going to happen for a while. Obviously, it's going to be very like RPG rules, where like for the first while, you guys are just going to be fighting kind of like, you know, lower level things, not necessarily full blown evil people. But later in the game, you're going to wind up fighting people who are actively evil as shit and do not care about your character and will kill them. I, as a DM, it is never my job, it is never my ruling to kill your character. Once I set the enemy on the table, I act as a referee. I want to see you guys succeed. I want to see your characters become heroes. I want to see them rise to the top. But there is going to be bad guys on the way. If your character is unconscious, for instance, and they are the closest person to the bad guy who is evil as shit might stab your character when they're unconscious, which automatically counts as 2 death saving throws. So keep that in mind when you guys are playing. Make sure that you're really role-playing as a group and not necessarily just as what is the most important thing for my character. Oh, I think it ended. The music that I had on, or cityscape. I don't even know if you guys could hear it or if anyone could hear it in chat.
I don't have the stream on. I can't hear it.
Oh,
I don't know if the
it might just
chat can hear it.
It might just be really low. But keep those types of things in mind when we're role playing. Is obviously on your turn you want to do whatever's the most damage or whatever you think might help the group the most. But really keep those types of things in mind for later down the road in this campaign. Of, hey, we're not just fighting bandits anymore. We're fighting someone who maybe we're ruining their plans and they would rather see us dead. And then go ahead.
If I can interrupt, the factor of roleplay that always helps me too is your characters don't know each other super well. They don't really care about one another like a ton in the very start. There's not going to be synergy immediately off the bat. So if you go in and all your characters just like know each other's combat and like know how everybody works, it can lead to some very stale combat right off the bat where it feels more like typical, like, all right, how are we going to beat this RPG like character enemy? Like, I don't know. I always recommend just adding flavor. So I always try to bring in like enemies that are going to really hit some people's weaknesses. They're going to ignore some people's strengths. They're going to be stubborn in certain ways and have weaknesses in certain ways. That way people aren't just trying to play super proficiently. Instead, they kind of just have to feel out how their partners play. So
yeah, so that's pretty much right in the nose. Like the enemies, obviously you're just going to have some like, you know, there's going to be like bandits and thieves and like animals that you guys have to fight. But later down the road, you are going to have enemies that are just as perceptive as you. If you walked into a fight and you saw 5 people and you saw a little rogue and a bard, you would know that those are probably the squishies of the party. You're gonna, if you look and saw a dragonborn paladin, a Loxodon monk, and a half-elf fighter, you probably would go, I want to kill the little guys first. So just kind of keep those things in mind. And obviously, again, I don't expect you guys to have that synergy right off the bat. It wouldn't even make sense from a narrative perspective, which when we do things like have long rests or anything like that, instead of just saying, okay, you guys go to bed for the night, like I will leave it open to you guys. Like, do you guys want to talk to each other? Do you guys want to have those like weird, awkward conversations with each other where like maybe you do get a little personal and kind of ask each other like, oh, well, where are you from? Like, what brings you here? Like, I want those things to be role played, especially since we're streaming. I want to make sure that the people watching kind of have that connection because obviously we're all in a chat group together. We can talk to each other. The people that were, you know, are going to be watching the campaign don't get to see all that necessarily. So really role play out that type of stuff. Those conversations that we're going to have. There was something else I wanted to say and now I kind of forgot it. Oh no. I forgot.
Did you forget?
Yep. What are we doing? Who are you people? Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Oh,
there will be
no.
a TikTok soon for the campaign, so get ready for that.
Oh, 100%. We'll all have access to it to log in. We can make TikToks from all. We'll all log into it.
I'll have to get an elephant suit to do mine, but we'll figure it out.
Listen, if you guys want to dress up, then be my guest. Do it. Oh, that's I know it was going to be something that I said that I wasn't going to not do. Okay. Oh, that's what I was going to say too. I think I kind of remember is kind of tying back what I said before is we're playing a group game here. So this is something that we're all involved with. If, like I said, I'm not going to tell you no to being as powerful as you want your character to be. I'm not going to tell you no to min-maxing. But if you just want to play a one-player game where you're the strongest thing in the universe and you defeat everything in one hit and no one else even gets a turn in combat or anything like that, then, like, go play Skyrim. Like, go turn on all the cheat codes on Skyrim and go play that. And then come back to this and play as a group. That is one thing that I'm going to be, like, pretty strict about. Like, I don't think any of you will do that by any means. I think all of you are very interested in playing this game. I think all of you are very interested in playing as a group. So I do not foresee that being an issue, but it's not a one-player game. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Yo, can I play Skyrim? Token, you can go play Skyrim if you want to. Boot it up, baby. With that and kind of some of those things laid out, is there anything else that you guys have any, like, questions about for me?
Should we, while we're all here, figure out what time we're going to regularly play?
Yeah. I know we kind of talked about Fridays. Fridays works perfect for me.
That does work for me.
What
Oh, yeah.
is there anyone who feels like they have something that goes particularly late into the evening that would hinder a start time?
No.
Not here.
Because I get off work at 5 Eastern at the latest, so probably earlier, but like like 5:30, 6 o'clock Eastern probably would be like the earliest I realistically could start. Probably closer to 6.
Is
Which
Eastern?
would be 5 your time.
1 hour ahead of
1
us.
hour behind.
Yeah, 1 hour ahead of you.
Or
Oh,
ahead,
okay.
yeah,
1 hour.
So then, yeah. So that means like 4 o'clock my time. So I'm pretty much fine with any time currently. I can start at any time on Fridays, so I will leave that up to you guys to decide. But I think 5 Central works for.
Yeah, so 6 Eastern. That seems like everyone can agree on that.
That works for me. I like it.
Well, I'll say become employed. That works right now. So
Yes, I mean, same. I'm currently unemployed, so. But even if I do get employed, almost any job that I'd be applying for would always get out at like 5 Central.
So
So
we're gonna shift it like an hour later.
yeah, so I would say let's plan for Fridays around 5 to 6 Central Eastern. If that
I'm
works
good
for
with-
everyone.
next week
Yeah.
I'm good for whatever.
Sure.
So
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So, chat, you guys are all hearing this. We should be streaming every Friday evening around 5 to 6 Central Eastern time zone things. I've never been good at that. So yeah. So yeah, if you guys have a free Friday evening, look forward to the stream. This was pretty much just our session 0, kind of getting to know each other, kind of introducing ourselves to the audience, kind of getting our characters laid out there. Next Friday, as so long as nothing else comes up for anyone else, we will be starting our very first session playing in character, in game, which obviously I don't expect you guys to be in character 100% of the time, but just kind of like play it and say, like, oh, out of character, blah, blah, blah. But again, it's not, I'm not going to yell at you to be in character all the time. You do not have to do any accents if you do not want to. Voice, that's all 100% up to you guys.
we did
That's
talk
a
about
good question
upload.
from DQ Controller.
Curious stuff.
how long are scheduled sessions? I guess we can, since we're all here, how long are you guys okay with playing? Do you have anything that stops you from playing until a certain point? How long would you want the sessions to be so I can kind of plan those ahead of time?
3 to 4 hours feels good. normally.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
typically
definitely.
what I play
Mhm.
usually.
Games, yeah.
I would like a small, like, 10-minute break in the middle is my
Oh,
only
yeah.
request.
Yeah,
that'd be
100%. I'm fine with that. I like 3 to 4 hours. Anywhere in that time frame is perfect. If anyone has anything less, or if someone needs to go early, we can figure it out.
5 minutes.
Figure all that out.
Yeah, 10 to 5 minutes. We'll definitely have a 10 to 5 minutes because I drink a lot of water or a lot of these
Yes,
little
sir.
drinks.
Me too. I
Um,
feel that.
So we'll definitely have to take a small break, and that'll be a time where we can definitely kind of interact and talk with chat and things along those lines. Eventually, we'll get to the point where we do Wormwood giveaways for lucky number. Just comment session 0 once, or you will be disqualified. All open to everyone in the United States and Canada, except for Quebec, because of stupid giveaway laws. God, I wish we had a partnership with Wormwood. I would literally. Oh, Wormwood makes such beautiful, beautiful stuff.
Yes, they do.
Once I have a house, though, I do carpentry, so I'll make us all dice trays and stuff. So
You can make the
Oh my
trays, and I'll
goodness.
make the dice that go. in the
yeah, perfect. So I'll make dice trays and dice vaults and stuff like that. And Maddie makes dice. Speaking of which, anyone who is watching currently, go follow us, all of us. If we can put stuff in chat, if everyone wants to comment their own stuff, go follow all of us. I'll get that set up nice and cool so that all these little things have everyone's character name, their name, and then I'll probably have it on some sort of GIF set up so that it rolls out and shows their Twitter at every once in a blue moon. But everyone here, if you guys just go into chat and throw your ats in there. But Maddie makes dice, so...
And the campaign Twitter, and I guess we're going to be uploading these too, right? So,
Yeah,
YouTube channel?
I think what I'm going to do is, obviously this, I can download this afterwards, so I will probably be uploading all these things to YouTube. I guess we will make a campaign Twitter, campaign whatever. We'll make a campaign Etsy account, and a... I can't...
OnlyFans. And,
Yeah, we'll make an OnlyFans. Yeah, actually, an OnlyFans is probably not even that far out of the realms. Just me and Vaughn will go and make a
Yeah.
a calendar.
Very pog. Very pog.
I will not subject anyone else to it unless you truly want to. But me and Vaughn will shoot a full calendar.
It'll be D&D themed.
Yeah,
True.
but sexy.
It has to be.
Yeah. Cod pieces everywhere.
Yeah,
Swords
but
and
make it
cod
sexy.
pieces.
Yeah, cod pieces and swords. Sometimes just a sword and nothing else. But yeah, so we'll get everything uploaded. We're gonna make a YouTube so that if you do miss the stream, VODs will always be up on Twitch, and then we're gonna upload them to YouTube so that you guys can watch it. And then we got the break set up. Maybe we'll get a very cool sponsorship. Honestly, a D&D Beyond sponsorship would be super cool. I'll
Would
start.
be very pog.
I'm gonna send out emails eventually. But yeah, so unless you guys have anything else that you guys really want to touch on for now, I think we'll probably wrap up soon. Just because session 0 is nothing too crazy. Kind of just our introductions, getting everything laid out, getting it kind of a taste for what to sort of expect. Obviously, there's a lot of things that are going to be happening in the background that I'm planning much bigger than just what we've talked about today.
Yeah.
A DQ's controller sponsorship. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Ice
We could
cream
we
and
can do that.
controllers?
Yeah. Devin makes controllers.
Oh, not ice cream. Got it. But
No,
still cool.
not ice cream. Well, I did. That's a story for another time. We'll get into it one of these days.
Show off the controllers.
Yeah, we got
Do it.
so many
You gotta flex.
controllers. We should get an emblem, and then we can like post it, or we can make a controller with it.
Yes.
There are all sorts of controllers. We have way too many.
Well, I'm sure between. Oh, I'll talk to you guys. We'll figure it out. But I made the stream overlay, so I am fairly good with design work. I'm sure I could make us a symbol of some sort Dairy Queen sponsorship, baby. Yo, honestly, a Dairy Queen sponsorship? Bet. I need some ice cream on stream for money. Yo, we're not even
I
never.
would eat a Blizzard every Friday night if
Yeah,
Dairy Queen
you-
sponsored me.
it's-
That's what I gotta do.
It's gonna be a D&D mukbang stream. There you go.
Revolutionary.
Truly, yeah. That's
Never
how.
before seen.
Never. Also, what's cool about D&D Beyond, I know it's actually pretty new. I think they just launched it last week. Is you can now see like everyone's role, so I'll be able to maybe have that up as well, somewhere where it just shows.
Oh, that would be cool.
I'll probably just make another little spot on here where it's like a little thing. So like if I ask you to roll for an attack, it'll show you like what your on hit was. I think it shows what your damage was too as well. So I'll probably have to do a little bit of rearranging for this stream overlay, but it is very interesting. It's very nice to make sure that we can all kind of see. It makes those nat 1s and nat 20s so much tastier when everyone gets to witness it at the same time. I know playing digitally is kind of, you know, it's not the same as playing around a table. It's so exciting when someone rolls a nat 20 and we all get to see it at the same time instead of just one person freaking out and saying, oh, I got a nat 20. So it's really cool when you roll that nat 20 and everyone gets to see it. Even the chat too, which I uploaded them, but they're apparently still pending. But I made a emote for a nat 20, a nat 1, and then it's like a Oni demon, but it's the let's fucking go smiley face thing with like
Oh,
the
yeah.
drool.
Oh,
I think I
Perfect.
posted it in our chat, but
Mhm.
it's just like a let's fucking go emote. I'm making bit badges as well too. They're all like cool little shields with like different gems in them, and like the shields go from like silver to like silver, gold, platinum, so on and so forth. Maddie, I think you have a question. What do you make the dice out of?
I use Illumilite Clear casting resin.
And human bone.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
That's
occasionally.
what you want in there. You source it ethically, or I'll put it in there.
Yeah, if you
It's
have
my femur.
yeah, if you have
Ethically sourced human bone.
legally and ethically sourced human bone, then hit up Maddie. Maddie will make dice out of them. Jesus. Is there anything else anyone else wants to plug?
I mean, I'll always plug DQ controllers, but I'm sure you'll be seeing more of it as we go. So,
All right, we got our first sponsorship. Thanks, Heston, for subscribing. That's what tier 2, baby.
Tier
oh my
2.
god.
Tier 2.
Oh my god, I'm
Yo.
rich.
Tier 2.
Forget the Dogecoin in the stock market. I'm rich now.
Hey.
I'm just kidding. Thanks. I'm excited that you're excited for it. That makes me happy. I really hope that we can do some cool stuff for everyone. I know, like, obviously this map itself is not interactive, but for anyone who's watching who doesn't know what Roll20 is, Roll20 is like a more interactive map where it'll be more of a battle map up close, and each character gets to log in. So if you haven't already made your Roll20 accounts, please do so. And then I'll invite you guys all to the campaign. Each person gets to control their little token of their character in real time. So it's really cool. They'll get to move around the map. It'll be a lot more interactive. Also, in the meantime, all of you, please send me like any sort of descriptors, any pictures that you found of like characters that you think looks the most like your character. And I will slowly but surely push myself through a depressive rut to draw everyone's at least a little headshot of your character.
I'll draw something tomorrow. Oh, baby.
And then that way I can make custom tokens of everyone's character to upload to Roll20 so that all of you have something to move your character around with. And it doesn't have to be right now. It can be like tomorrow. Probably. I can try my hardest to maybe get it done this week so that by first session we can have little tokens. If not, we'll just upload images of what's the closest thing to your character for temporary tokens.
Sounds good.
Sounds great. And then we're going to have a whole session. You guys don't know about it yet, but all of our pets are going to play for us. So
Sounds great.
Yeah.
there's going to be a whole session where your cat and or dog or bird or whatever animal you have rolls for you. And then they're gonna.
I released all my bugs.
And we never address it, like ever.
Didn't you just have a dog on when we first started the stream?
That's my roommate's dog, and
steal
my
it.
roommate plays World of Warcraft, so I don't want him touching any dice.
Well, I'll be seeing myself out then.
Yeah.
So what
We
do
gotta
you got
go.
about that? Yeah.
Campaign's over. I just resubscribed to World of Warcraft and bought Shadowlands, so I gotta go. I gotta play that too. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm gonna start working on because like I said, this is just one big map, so I can't zoom in too far. And obviously, things are gonna change a little bit when you look at the town map. But I'm gonna make individual maps of each major city that are just one big map of just that city alone. So instead of just being like, is there this? We can, like, I'll have you roll an investigation check or perception or insight or whatever it may be. And then we'll have the map and you guys can kind of look at it. We'll go from there. Eventually, I think I'm going to purchase Foundry, which is kind of like Roll20 and D&D Beyond mixed together. And you can actually get an extension that will automatically communicate anything you do in D&D Beyond to Foundry. It's very nice. But we'll get there. It's a lot easier that I can make our own battle maps on Incarnate and upload those to Roll20. It makes it a lot more custom, a lot easier to fit everything. But yeah, I am excited. Make sure everyone sets a reminder for Friday evening, 5 Central, 6 Eastern, for our first session.
I'm so pumped.
I'm super excited.
Me too. I'm super pumped.
Very excited.
I can finally be famous.
Can't wait.
Yeah, we're all going to be famous. We're only doing this for the money and fame.
Money and
I mean,
fame.
that's what I thought anyway.
Shit, that's
Doing
what I thought
it for
too.
the Dairy Queen sponsorship.
There's a-
Yes. But yeah, for the comment, yeah, on Roll20 there is a fog of war, so I can have like certain maps set up where you can only see so much.
That's really cool.
Nav that dude. This was just session 0. It was just
Nave.
Nave. Oh, is it Nave?
That's Evan. We love Evan.
Evan.
Yeah, Evan, we go way back.
Yeah, that Nave, that dude.
Nave that
Alright.
dude.
That dude.
Evan, I love you.
Katya knows who that is.
I know who that is.
No, you don't, Petrus.
Oh,
Shut up.
okay, sure, I don't. I actually met, I think I met Evan the very first time that I ever went to any Smash related anything, and it was just that it was like the release night of Ultimate, and I didn't even know that Smash was a competitive thing at all. I didn't know that there was. I did not know there was tournaments for Smash. At 26 years old, I think I was when Ultimate came out. No clue, 0 clue.
And the drama.
And the drama, yeah, I had no clue. Yeah, Katya was like, yeah, there's like big tournaments. There's like this big thing. And I was like, what?
Evan, you're lucky. This was just a session 0. We were discussing what the world is like, what our characters are going to be doing, and the rules of the homebrew. But the next session is when all the real action's going to start.
Yeah.
So tune in next Friday.
Yeah, we're doing it every Friday, Evan, at like 5 Central. Yeah, you're Central, Evan, I think. Still
Yeah,
you're Central.
Yes.
Evan, so it'll be 5 p.m. Central, 6 Eastern, whatever other time zones are in the world, because I don't know any other time zones.
It's the only ones.
Yeah, EST I only know because Nexus always says everywhere standard time. Yeah, Lucy's over there in the corner.
Hi.
Hi. I'm really excited for you guys to meet your first NPC. It's just Kermit the Frog.
That's
Oh
good.
yeah.
Hi, hello, I'm Kermit the Frog. I'm a wonderful paladin of the light, and I'm going to be your guide in the city of Wildmoor.
And then the second NPC is Ray Romano, right?
Ray Romano, and then the third NPC is going to be, it's Carl Weezer. I'm going to be taking you guys around the city until I find Jimmy's mom. And then once I find Jimmy's mom, I'm going to leave.
Let's do it.
I know
Way
it's
too
true.
My mom.
I hope that get to know. Say hi to me too.
I can't wait to meet
Everyone
someone's
say hi to
favorite.
Evan.
Hello, Evan.
Evan.
Love Evan so
We
much.
love Evan.
Love Evan.
Yeah, I love Jimmy's mom. Oh my god. I don't know if y'all heard that. That was like 27 police cars.
Siren?
Yeah. That was a lot of police. He was going so fast.
We shoot this in a very scary neighborhood.
When he sees, hey, I mean, I live up near Milwaukee. It's okay.
I live in Racine, so same.
Yeah. You know the vibe. I know
Me and
at
Maddie
least
out here near Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm in Baltimore. Y'all are gonna hear some cop cars.
Dox us, please. Thank you.
yeah. Everyone docs us, please. Hey, everyone, put your social
We
security.
just gave them our Twitter.
Yeah,
It's
give
on
them
there.
your social
It's
security,
over.
your mother's maiden name, your zip code, your exact address, the CVV code in the back of your card, your blood type, your shoe size, any security questions that you have for your online banking.
A positive.
Your mom's credit card number works too. I'll
Yeah,
take
your
hers,
mom's.
too.
Yeah, if you don't have a credit card, your mom's credit card. Just DM any of us, literally any of us. You all have our Twitters, so DM all of us. Actually, just DM all of us in one big group message, so we all get it.
Love it.
Perfect.
The police heard us say critical role. The police are coming for us. Freeze! I'm really excited for this.
I am too.
Me too.
Super excited. Now you guys got to get the gamer lights like I do, though. Hold on.
True.
Oh, now it's gonna change colors. Let's go, baby.
Oh,
Oh yeah, the elementary school that you went to.
name of your first pet.
Name of your first pet. Your sibling's middle name.
First crush.
Yeah, your first. Like, what city did your parents get married in? What are a lot of those other security questions?
There are some really ones that I was like, how am I supposed to remember that myself?
What is your grandparents' middle name?
What?
Yeah, mom's maiden
What's
name.
your third cousin twice removes mother's sister's maiden name?
Oh, that's cousin Petrie down by the swamp. His middle name is Joanne. You already know, over there in Harmony Mangrove.
I was about to say in Harmony Mangrove, huh?
Over there in Harmony Mangrove, that's my kin. My third cousin twice removes mommy's daddy's uncle cousin. That's my uncle. That's my uncle daddy. That's my uncle cousin.
Tide.
Morgan, you're my Uncle Daddy!
You're my uncle daddy. Oh no. Oh no. Morgan, you might be Maddie's uncle daddy. Oh no.
No, she's a half elf. She's a half elf. It doesn't make sense. I'm
Yeah.
not a human.
That's more
It's
reason.
half for a reason.
Maybe her
We say
mom.
no to incest in this chat.
Maybe. Wait. Her mom
I
would
want
have
some
been your
Star Wars.
sister,
Saying that.
which is why you're the uncle daddy, and your sister might have been human. Oh no.
I
How would
can't
she
pay
be my
attention to
sister
this
if I'm a
conversation
full
because
elf
like
and
my
she's a
age.
human?
I can't, but I'm very uninterested in whatever this conversation's about.
Good.
There's some plot holes going
Like
on.
uncles and daddies going around, and none of those are green flares. Those are all red flares.
I'm the cousin's brother sister's lawyer. All right, so yeah, back on track. Chat, if there's any questions that you guys have for anyone's characters of what you may have heard or talked about, go ahead and ask. If not, we all threw our Twitters in there, so if you really, really feel like it and learning a little bit more, you can message any of us. I will get like I said, I'll get everyone's name set up. For all of the players here, just make sure that you send me like your character's name, if it's not already in the campaign. That way I can make sure that the spelling is correct when I set up your guys' names on here. Oh no, the campaign name, our show's name is Morgan the Uncle Daddy.
And the adventurers.
I gotta go.
Can't forget
Oh,
those
go ahead and
adventures.
shoot that one down right now.
I gotta go.
I gotta see you guys later.
Yo, my mom's calling. Hello?
But not your dad.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
Yoda,
you're right.
Yoda did make a very nice dinner, and he spent a lot of time on it. So I want to jump off and start working on that.
Okay,
So I might head out a little early if that's okay.
that's okay.
Yeah.
As soon as you leave,
No,
it's gonna mess up all the things, but now that makes it funnier.
Everyone's
Great,
vanished.
perfect.
Yeah.
No, don't all vanish at the same time.
I'm very excited for the next Friday. I won't dip early on that, but I hope everyone else has a great night. And thank you so much for streaming and inviting me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for everyone
you.
coming out to
Have a
hang
good
out with us.
night.
Good night, everyone. I think I'm just going to wind up ending the stream here, but if anyone else wants to talk in Discord for a little bit about anything, let me know. We'll hang out for a little bit. But yeah, thanks for
Bye,
coming out, everyone.
stream.
Bye,
Wait for
stream.
the stream to end. Bye, stream.
Oh, okay. Bye, stream. Thank you guys
Bye,
for coming out.
stream.
Thanks for viewing. Thanks for subscribing, everyone. You guys are literally wonderful, and we're gonna wind up making a lot of cool things for you. So stick around. We're gonna go crazy. We're gonna have T-shirts. We're gonna have mugs. We're gonna have a TV show. We're gonna get
A pap
sponsorship.
smear.
We're gonna have a pap smear with our
Piercings.
faces on it. We're gonna have piercings.
Drugs.
We're gonna have drugs. We're gonna have
Hats with fishes on them.
hats. We're gonna have.
Well, you already have us beat.
We're gonna have rings. We're gonna have toe shoe rings. We're gonna have
Uncle Daddies.
We're gonna have Uncle Daddies. We're gonna have fishing rods. We're gonna have everything you can think of. So stick around. We love you. At least I love you. I don't know about them. I can't speak for them. But yeah. Good night, everyone. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.